Hey everybody, how's it going? How's it going? How's it going? How's it going? Hey everybody, it's your man Simeon with the Simeon Henderson Show, and today I am just going to have a little bit of fun with you guys. I wanted to just talk to you. We're going to show some clips from some of the old shows. I got a couple of my buddies who's going to come on, and we're going to just have a little fun today. Break up the monotony. There's been so much going on, and we've been dealing with so much. I just felt like doing the show today where I can show some good things that we've done in the hood and just helping people and enlightening people and just give you something to talk about. If you guys would like to join the conversation, the link is in the description. So if you guys want to come in, you can click that link and I'll bring you on and we can just have some fun and have a real conversation. So we're just going to do it for a little while and it's going to be a lot of fun. I got my man Shelton who's going to be on here with me. He's always kicking it with me. Maybe Rick will come in. But if you'd like to join us, come on in and let's have a little fun. But we're going to kick the Simeon Henderson Show off today with a little bit of fun. And we're going to start off with the intro and then go into this quick interview that I did with comedian G-Thang. Check it out real quick. Hey everybody, how are you? This is Simeon, aka Mr. Chicago, and I am live at Thornton Auditorium for the hit stage play,
Come on.
If She Only Knew.
If She
And
Only
it's brought to you by John Ruffin. It's an all-star cast. We're going to do some interviews and let you get to know them and see what's going on, and hopefully you'll get to check it out. So I'm sitting here with funny man himself, Mr. G-Thang from St. Louis.
Yeah.
LA is in Chicago.
Yeah.
G-Thang.
I'm here, baby.
So tell the people, first of all, tell the people what your character is like.
I'm Connor, man, and basically I'm Darren's best friend. Mm-hmm. And I'm just gonna be ignorant. I'm gonna be honest. You never know what I'm gonna say, even though John wrote some stuff. Mm-hmm. I probably ain't gonna do none of it. And but no, I play Connor. I play his best friend, mm-hmm. and me and him been knowing each other. He always had my back.
Okay.
So he been gone away, so it's gonna be my first time seeing him.
Okay.
And we're gonna, kick it like that.
I hear you kind of like me. When I do plays and different things, I like to ad lib a lot.
Yeah, I'm gonna ad lib.
But I mean, when I'm feeling it, I'm just feeling. I go with the flow.
I go with what the audience give me.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, if the audience is showing love, I'm gonna give the love right back. I'm gonna throw it straight at them.
And you're a comedian, so we know that you're gonna do that.
Yeah.
And this is star-studded. You're working with Darren Henson, Christian Keys,
yeah.
Alonzo P.K. Ruffin, Muhammad Freeman, Sandy Red, and it's a host of awesome talent that John has put together. Now, you told us about your character. Real quick before you go, give the people some insight about what you're doing outside of the play and what you have coming up.
I'm doing a lot of stuff. Yeah. I'm doing a lot of stuff. I'm kind of a big deal right now. And I got somebody laughed and they act like they didn't believe me. I don't even know who to do this. I'm gonna ask them to get out of here. No, I'm about to shoot a Netflix special. Okay. With my man Kevin Hart.
That's cool. Yeah.
And then I'm shooting a comedy album in June that Snoop Dogg is. I'm doing it on his label. Okay. Just a comedy album, just like the old school cats used to do back in the day. Red Fox and them sit up, tell the jokes, talk to the people.
That's cool.
Be in their face.
That's cool.
I ain't done. And
I
then,
know. We're gonna let you keep going. Keep going.
he gonna wrap you up.
No, keep going.
Brother,
keep
that's
going.
enough. And then I got a TV show coming out in October on the Bounce Network called Grown Folks.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so
you're starring in that?
I'm the
Are
star.
you writing for it?
I'm writing and I starred in it.
So I need to make sure you get my card.
Yeah.
So you can call your boy to come and do a cameo or something.
Hey man, we got picked
That's what
up.
I do.
We got greenlit for 13 episodes, so I'm super excited about it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And my man L'Oreal. I grew up with L'Oreal on the west side.
From Chicago.
On the west side. We grew up together, did a couple of movies together, and
L'Oreal.
L'Oreal.
Man.
That's my man. Hey, but it's
he's a testament to what we always say: hard work and perseverance pays off. You got to keep on pushing, and people don't understand what we do sometimes, and know that we have to just keep working, and it'll come. I'm proud of what you're doing, man. Congratulations on the play. Congratulations on your show,
man.
Hey, I'm gonna give you my information. I'm serious, bro.
I mean, you sure?
This is what I know. But
I ain't know you gonna dress up because I'm just. Hey, man, this look like I'm working for you.
You know what my nickname
is?
What? My nickname is Mr. Chicago, so I got to look the part.
I see that. You ain't got on. A lot of cats in Chicago wear a lot of colors.
Yeah,
you ain't got a lot of colors.
No.
You know,
I'm not.
You kept it neutral.
I'm not doing the church thing.
You look like one of the Five Heartbeats a little bit.
Quiet, boy.
Ain't no word. I don't know the words to that.
There you go, people. We have it. We have Mr. G Thang, funny man, in the house. Thank you for coming out for the interview. Man. Have a great show.
Thank you.
And be looking for the interview. Chicago loves you. The world loves you. And we're going to keep supporting you, brother.
Shout out to all the cats in Chicago. I'm talking about Damon Williams, D. Ray Davis, Deion Cole, B. Cole.
Yep.
I mean, George,
Wilborn,
all of them
Morgan.
cats. I love all them cats. Man, come on. It's about 3,000 of y'all.
There you have it. There you have it, live, uncut. Thank you for tuning in.
All right, everybody. I just wanted to show you guys. I thought that was a really funny interview. G Thang, comedian G Thang, is hilarious. And I don't know what you guys are sipping on today, but I'm sipping on some protein because I've been working out. I've been training Sheldon with my son. Like everybody is getting it in. Whether it's my wife jumping on the bike in the morning, or us going to work out, and we just trying to stay healthy, man, and just stay focused.
Right,
so,
bro. You got to.
I just wanted to say what's up to everybody, and I just wanted to kind of like break up the monotony and just talk a little bit and just laugh a little bit because we know there's a lot going on in the world. We know there's a lot going on in the world, and tension has been high. People have been upset and going through a lot of things. But at the end of the day, you got to stay faithful and focused. You got to stay prayed up, and you have to understand who you are and whose you are in order to get to this. What you been up to, brother?
Man, I've been chilling, dude. I've been indoors. I've been relaxing a lot, riding stationary bike. Sometimes I get in my car and I go out for a ride, listen to my favorite music. I just been chilling around the house, man. I haven't, which is kind of odd because, I'm always on the go. The Chicago Fly Guys always on the move, man. So my schedule was tight prior to COVID, but COVID interrupted that. So, as socially involved as I am, and as much as I get booked for events and hosting, I had 3 things. I was supposed to host a fashion show. I was the keynote speaker at a scholarship event in Bloomington, hosted by the MAPS program. I was going to be speaking at a nursing home and doing some things. And so all that, man, came to a head. So for as much as I do, I know it's surprising that I'm not about to jump off a cliff with anxiety because I ain't been to no parties. I ain't been on the mic. I ain't been on the radio. I ain't been doing nothing. So all I've been doing is riding my stationary bike, trying to watch what I eat, because on the other side of this, I don't want to come out the heavy one. I don't want to be the one everybody sitting under in the shade. So,
hey, look,
so that's it.
I went. Just to give everybody a little bit of what me and my good friend, one of my best friends, Mark Harris, who he wrote and directed Black and Privilege and our new movie coming out, White People Money. We went out to the country yesterday, brother. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna put up a video so you guys can see some of what I was doing yesterday, and it was so cool to kind of just get away, and do something different. It was peaceful. There weren't a lot of people around, and I had a ball. And what I'm gonna do is throughout the show today, I'm gonna be showing you guys some things, some old clips, and we'll be talking. And I'm going to show you guys what I did out in the country yesterday. If I could, I'll be able to pull it up. But it was just fun, man. And what I want to do today is I just wanted to talk to the people, have some fun with the people. Hello to everybody tuning in on the watch party. What's up to you guys? If you guys, Nia ICL, my niece, do me a favor, click the link so you can come in and we can talk to you too. I want to talk to some young people. I just want to say what's up to everybody tuning in and watching. And we're going to have a little fun. And guys, I got a special guest this Monday. I'm going to show this twice, so I'm going to show it now real quick. But you guys know who this lady is, and she's going to be on the show with me Monday night. So check this out. Tell me if you know who this is. That's right, everybody. I'm gonna have Thelma from Good Times on the show. Oh, Bernadette. So let me tell you something. I've done a play and a movie with her. The movie No Regrets, which is playing online right now, and as well as the play with John Ruffin. So that was pretty cool, man. Working with her.
How was it working with her? What was she like to work with?
Dude, she was an absolute joy. She really down to earth person, really cool, really simple, and she just always, you know, she was always on point and always a professional, but always treating people right, treating people with respect, and it was just super dope. I really appreciated her. So we're gonna get into it. Before I want to give you guys, I gotta do a quick word from my sponsor, Recon Credit Repair. I want to give a shout out to my executive producer, Germani Anamdi, and my producer, Jose Perez, and my new script writer, Shelton. So I want you guys, let me give a quick shout out to the sponsor. This is how we pay the bills. Check it out.
Hey.
All right, everybody. So that was Recon Credit Repair. If you need your credit repaired, you guys need to check him out because my brother is really good at what he does. He's helping me out, and I'm just super excited about being able to get my credit right. I think one of the problems with us as African American people and brown people, we just don't know, and knowing is half the battle. The more you know, the more you can grow. So I need you guys to get on that and really get your credit right, man, because it's one of those things where we have to do that. So I'm going to get right into it. Sheldon, we're going to come back and we're going to talk and chop it up and have some fun. But I want to show you guys another cool moment on the Simeon Henderson Show. You know, we're all about giving a voice to the people and going out and supporting and helping the people. And I got together with a few of my friends, Quentin Love, Mel Robeson, Edward Williams III, and we were able to go out and serve the community. And I just wanted to show you guys a clip of that. And then we're going to come back and we're going to chop it up for the rest of the time. And I'll show you guys some fun stuff. Me and Sheldon right here on the Simeon Henderson Show. Check it out.
Yeah.
Atlanta's Foreman. We out here at Turkey Chop, out here on the west side of Chicago, on Chicago Avenue in St. Louis. We're out here to give back to the people. We got Edward Williams III from Southside, from Holiday Heights.
It's 3 of us.
We got Mel Robb from Chicago PD, baby. I used to love her. And we in the house. And the Shy and the Empire. All the accolades of my brothers. They out here. We out here. And just out here to give back. Edward, thanks for coming out. Mel, thanks for coming out.
Yeah.
Let's go and spread a little cheer to some people. And let's go give them some food. How you doing? It's a blessing, everybody out here. We out here. What's up? How you doing? So we out here. We out here, y'all. What up, baby? Good to see you again. We out here. We got the superstars in the house. We got the people out here. Hey, how you doing?
Helping out as well.
Yes. We got everybody out here. It's time to get back. What Q at? Hey, come on, y'all. Let's find Q real quick. Hey.
What's up, man? How are you?
See you. What up? Hey.
What's up, man?
We got the alderman out here, baby.
What's up, y'all?
And he's a Sigma.
Without a
Sigma.
doubt. Without a doubt,
Hey, look at this cute up. I mean this kappa right here.
Oh man, you got Kappa. You hanging out with Kappa, man. How you hanging out with Kappa?
We got Alderman Burnett out here.
Hey, my son's a Kappa, man. He on his way here.
White Kettle. This
Come
is the
on out.
ultimate instructor.
Come
White
on
Kettle.
out. Come on out. 3506. If you're not here, you should.
That's it. That's
All right, this is what's happening.
Let's go see what's going on. Oh man, they got everything. They got clothes given away. What's up, ladies? What's up? How you feeling?
Okay, how are you?
I'm good. Oh yeah. On a two fish. Say hey. We got everybody in here doing their part. Look at the ladies over here. These are my ladies from last year.
Yes. Yeah, the best.
I've been just working between here, California, moving, doing my thing.
Okay.
I got my brothers. I got some of my brothers out here. We got Mel Robeson from Empire, the Shy, Southside, everything.
Right here, Mike. Right here.
Come on in.
Right here.
We in the house. Q, where you at? What's up? Hey, man, come on, man. What's going on, brother? How you feeling? What's going on? You good? Say what's up to the people.
Hello to the people.
We out here. There's Q, y'all. Q back here. What's up, baby? How you feeling?
Happy holidays to you, bro.
Happy holidays. What's up, boy?
What up?
What's up? Q, say what's up to the people. Tell them where we at.
What he got on the winter coat. He finally got on the coat. He started trying to look cute and understand and respect that it's winter time.
Man, please.
We in Turkey Shop.
I brought a couple of my buddies from the Shy, from Southside. We got Mel, Chicago PD. They in here coming. They right over here signing in.
All right.
And this is where the magic happens when you're hungry. What's up, baby? What's up, Brett? This is where the magic happens in Turkey Shop when you're hungry. Yeah. So it's going down, guys. We giving back. We giving back. Festive season. I'm going to go out one more time and I'm going to show you guys where everybody at and what we're doing. And then I'm going to get off this thing because I got to pass out some turkeys and I got to give back to the community. But what's up, everybody? Checking it out. What's going on, guys? Say, there you go.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Get it. Mel trying to stay warm, y'all. Get it. Hey. We got my hat. The wind blew my hat off. Singing that Stevie Wonder.
You better get down like that.
Boy, I love my people. Everybody, we got a whole lot of blue on this line.
Man, that
today.
look like that was a good time.
Yeah, baby, all day. That's what this is.
My brother Kevin Ross of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated in the building. Hey, we got, just like the three founders, we got the three brothers.
Yes, sir. You see, I put on my blue shirt. Yeah, I put on my blue shirt. Just I had to rep.
I see. I threw on my blue and white hat. Shout out to my man B Mad Paper Crosby with Mad Paper and the hat, the Shy. It's really dope. I love the brand. You know, they call me Mr. Chicago. I love representing Chicago because it's where I'm from, born and raised. But Kev, so today, man, I really just wanted to come on and just give. Every time we turn on the news, there's something negative. There's something negative. There's some killings. There's looting, rioting, and different things. Mm-hmm. So I just really wanted to come on and just share a little bit of light on, what's going on. And I knew bringing people like you and Sheldon on, we could talk about some positive things that's going on. So when we're talking, if you guys see me pop out, don't worry, I'm still here. That means I just put you up front to talk. But so Kevin, looking at what's going on in the world right now, what do you see in a positive light right now?
So first of all, thank you for having me on. You know, I've been trying to get on your show for about 8, 9, 10 years now. Trying to get on with the great one with my frat brother, and I'm honest. I'm joking, but I'm honored to be here. So interesting. I just got off the phone. I'm going to be working on an event with a Jewish Urban League organization.
Okay.
And they asked me to secure some talent. And I happen to have a relationship with Sam Cooke's granddaughter. Her name is Chantel Hampton. Okay. And Chantel and I, when you text me, actually, we were on the phone and I told her I had to jump off because I needed to come on with you. And talking to Chantel reminded me of something positive that I see. She's a millennial and she's young, but she's aware. And she's aware of what's going on. She's aware of what's happening. Now millennials are being made more aware of the history. You know, I try to tell people all the time, I'm not anti-American. Okay. I'm not anti-America. I'm anti-American platform. I'm anti-colonial platform. Okay. What America, it's not that America is great. It's that America could be great if it was made to live up to the ideals that it set forth in the Constitution. The problem is it doesn't live up to those things. The Constitution wasn't made for everyone. The Constitution was made for the people who wrote it. They were rich farmers. They were landowners. They were business people. That's who they wrote it for. So when we look at, and a lot of people don't look at the history. And when you don't look at history, you're doomed to repeat it. You know, the history of policing was originally that police were basically security guards who were contracted and paid for by the people who could afford to pay them. The idea back in the 1600s, 1700s, the main idea was their job was to protect the farmer's property and the business owner's property, and was to also act as, in the South at least, as slave catchers and to quell rebellions. That was the infancy of what we see now in what we call policing and the police department. Policing, if you look up the actual meaning of the word. So that's where it started. I think a lot of this has to start with understanding the history. And what I see as a positive is that now people are going to be able to go back and people are going to be able to study the history so that we don't have to anymore make assumptions. We can understand systematic racism, colonialism, economics, and what the country is based on is our main problem. And so how do we change that? How do we change the system? And that's what I see. I think that we can be made aware. There's more awareness here, and there's more an opportunity to learn and make some changes. And the ones, we have to be more aggressive this time. It can't be 1 or 2 victories and then we feel like we won. That's not the case. This has to be a change from top to bottom. We have to start looking at who's at the top, and they're not going to go quietly. This country is 400 years old. These people are not going to go quietly. They have changed laws. They've established policies. They have established a way of life. You can call it white supremacy. You can call it economics. You can call it capitalism. You can call it whatever you want. They've established a way of life that works for the United States of America. It works for George Washington, who was the so-called father of our country, who owned over 300 slaves. That hasn't changed. That mindset is what we're dealing with today. That mindset is this is our country. If you're an immigrant and it's too many immigrants, you're a threat. That's another reason police departments were formed. Their job was to oversee the Italians and the Jews and to oversee the people from Poland and all of the immigrants that were coming to this country. Well, they were supposed to be being policed in New York, in Boston, in Philadelphia. That's what the police were for. They weren't there to welcome everyone to this country. They're there to safeguard. And it wasn't until, it wasn't until like 1690, 1698, that it finally became that they were not privatized anymore. Someone came up with the idea that they should be paid. So from the taxes, they started paying the police department, but they were still indebted to those economic powers. So when you look at the two things, when you look at what's running this country, look at when Trump gets on. He talks about two things: the economy. He talks about the economy and his reelection, politics, and the economy. That's what America is based on, and that's why it's a failing right now, because that's not about the people. So we need to be more aware. So positively, what do I see? I see that now the veil is off. Now we're starting to understand. Okay, wow, this is what capitalism looks like. You know, they don't care about 108,000 dead Americans from coronavirus. They're just trying to open up the country. Now there's education, and the young people are going to be able to see this and start helping make the decisions that will shape this nation going forward. That's one of the things I see.
So, I'm glad you said something. Let's see. You said something that I don't want to miss. If anybody would like to come on and talk in the conversation, I put it up. It's in the link. And you guys, if you guys can, make sure you share it on your Facebook, guys, so people can pop in. But one thing that you said, I wanted to touch on, because when we think about policing and law enforcement was originally started to help contain the Black folks.
Correct.
Right? So,
correct.
Shelton, do you have any insight on that at all? Or what do you think about law enforcement and the inception of it? Because I'm going to go into it a little bit, what I know and what I think. And this right now, what's happening, Kevin and Shelton, is we're giving some education and we're giving some history. And see, and that's the problem. We have to unlearn what's been taught, and we have to get a little bit of history and education so people can understand how these different things originated, like law enforcement, why they originated, and then it'll show you why we're lacking in the area of power. Go ahead, Shelton.
I'm sorry, I'm not getting good reception. Can you guys hear me?
I can hear. We can hear you.
I can hear you.
I was asking you your thoughts on law enforcement and the inception of law enforcement and why law enforcement was started.
I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time hearing. I know you said something about law enforcement. I'm not sure. I didn't hear the question, but what we'll say as it pertains to law enforcement is that I feel that law enforcement needs to go back to the basics. Once again, I'm not sure what the actual question was, but this is just my viewpoint on it. I feel like law enforcement need to go back to the basics. Oftentimes, we find in our communities where the policing is not what it should be. I remember growing up as a kid, and I remember the olden days of Officer Friendly. And Officer Friendly was the cop that came to the school and taught about how you patrol and protect the community, where you saw a police officer in a uniform and you grew up to respect that uniform. You grew up with fear of understanding what it meant to want to stay out of jail and stay out of handcuffs. But even in that learning process, you respected, you were not afraid for the police. You didn't feel like it was the community against the police. At some point, things got lost in translation, where it became it seems to become the case against the police. Part of the problem is the police are not from the communities that they're trying to police. So you have a person comes from a suburb or grew up in Lamont or Lyons, and then they come to Inglewood, and they've already formulated in their mind the type of individual that's coming out of Inglewood.
Yeah.
So when you come into the community, already prejudge that community. So what we have to do is empower our young people to take on those roles and to be able to be empowered and inspired to police the communities they come out of, because they know the need, they know the people, they know who's who in that community. And so it's better received than a stranger coming in and trying to perceive it with a prejudgment a prejudged mindset of it already. Same thing for Roseland, Auburn, Gresham, Inglewood, Lawndale, all these communities. Police go in already prejudged that area,
right?
And that can't continue. That cannot continue. We at some point, we as Americans have to begin to see humanity instead of seeing race, and instead of seeing classism and things of that nature. That's part of the issue. We judge much.
I like that. I like that, guys. I'm responding to people that were sending messages, and I'm with you on that. And it's the one thing that I would say, when you think about the history of policing, you think about the history of it. Let's go back to the Martin Luther King days, right? When you looked at all of the marches and all of the things, it was all white cops. It was all white cops. And look at the behavior. And even when there was a peaceful protest, you know, there were people that were attacking the protesters by throwing things at them and hitting them. Then you had them spraying them with water hoses, you know, letting the dogs loose on them and different things like that. There was so many different things happening. And I'm talking about when there were peaceful protests, or they were just marching and weren't doing anything to anybody. But law enforcement was started to control. Let's go all the way back to the first daily, right? We know what that was like. And I'm praying that because we're having this conversation, they don't cut me off, because the conversation that we had last week, that was a really great conversation, Kevin. That conversation. So when I do a show, it goes up on Facebook and YouTube. That show cannot be found anywhere on YouTube.
Wow. I'll tell you this. I did one for Art Sims the other day.
Yeah.
Right here on this platform. Yeah. And he still has it. So his stayed. So this one should stay.
Yeah. So this one should stay. But YouTube took it down. It was a great conversation. We had the brothers on there. We had a police officer on there. We were chopping it up and just giving some facts and some insight and education. But it's so crazy to me how our president, he can tweet anything in the world he wants. He can say whatever he wants to. And Twitter don't block him. They don't take him off. They just let him keep talking. And we know some of the stuff that's coming out of his mouth is totally
inflammatory.
crazy.
Completely inflammatory. It's misinformation. Another positive that I'll mention here is that social media right now, though, is getting involved. Twitter is starting to tag his posts and tag them as either inappropriate or misinformation. They just started doing that this week. And then I saw where TikTok said they will no longer promote his platform. Now, he's allowed to still have the platform, but they will not promote it anymore. Now, the only issue is that Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg is under fire right now because he's not going to censor Donald Trump. And he just had half of his employees stage a virtual walkout on Tuesday because they do not agree with that. So we're starting to see some changes, as a result of what we're seeing. And we haven't seen that before. We haven't seen it before.
Let me say this. What's one of the main reasons why you think Mark Zuckerberg can do that?
Well, because number one, he's white. Number two, he's rich. And number three, somewhere along the line, they haven't proven it yet. But I heard, and I'm just going to say I heard because it's not confirmed, don't confirm it, but I heard that he donated at one point. He donated to a couple of Trump campaigns, some of his constituents. So again, economics and politics are bedfellows here in this country.
Yes, they are.
And the rights of and human rights. The rights of colored people, the people of color, the rights of the indigenous peoples of this country, not important. The Constitution might say it. That's not what they mean. I'm one of the few African Americans who will say The Indians had it almost as bad as we did, if not worse at times. They had their whole land stolen from them and then eradicated. I mean, murdered.
They were wiped out, brother.
They were wiped out, man. And if you just look at, again, you got to go back and look at history. You got to look at terms like manifest destiny, which basically the United States invoked and said that God says that it is God's will that they advance the United States of America by conquest. That's crazy. And it goes back to the Roman Catholic Church, who sent the Portuguese and Christopher Columbus around the world. Slavery didn't just start in Jamestown, guys. It didn't start when they offloaded them to those 20 black people. Slavery started when the Portuguese brought slaves down and then came back around here. That's when slavery started. You know what I'm saying?
So I got something I never have the opportunity. 1 second, Sheldon. I'm sorry. I have a young guy. I never really get to have young people on here like I want to, and we're gonna do more of that. And Alex, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I can hear you. Alex, where you at?
Oh, I'm at home.
Turn your camera on so we can see you, son.
I got you.
We know you're ugly, but it's okay. We all ugly. There he is.
I got a haircut. That's why.
I'm like, this is
like bald headed.
We have to see your face. So I want you to stand still so we won't get dizzy.
All right, got you.
Are you going to go to Illinois State?
Yeah, that's what I did. I decided not to go to Morehouse because they took forever to give me my award letter. Like they still haven't given me my award letter, so like I can't make a decision because everything has to be out of my pocket. My parents are not financing anything for me, so I can't really attend Morehouse if I don't know like the out of pocket costs and everything like that. So I made the wise decision to attend Illinois State.
And then going to a state school. Oh, hold on a second, guys. I don't want to lose my power. Going to a state school is cheaper too, right? I mean, more cost effective, I should say.
I mean, yeah, because I paid out of pocket. It's gonna be like 16. It's gonna be 16,000 for me. So I'm applying for scholarships right now.
Okay.
Well, good luck with that, brother.
So here we go.
Oh, thank you so much, sir.
Sorry about that, guys. I had to plug in. So I have this young guy, and then so we have this young guy who's getting ready to go to college, and then we have this young lady who just graduated from college. Right?
Wow.
So here we go. Let's get it. Let's have this. Let's have a good time now. So Alex, I've worked with Alex since he was a freshman in high school. Great kid. I treat him like my son. And he, I mean, so respectful. And this is my niece, Jania. And if you guys look at her, she actually kind of looks like me. And but what I wanted to talk about really quick with you guys is I wanted your opinion and your views about what's going on, because you guys, well, on twofold. Alex, you go to school with white, black, Hispanic, a whole different demographics. And then Jania, you went to a HBCU, right? But before you went to HBCU, I think Rich East was diverse, right?
Yeah, it was diverse, half and half.
So what do you guys think about what's been going on? We'll start with you, Jania, because Alex gonna get heated.
This is a lot.
Go ahead. And you got two brothers right here who can relate and who can give you a little bit of education and some insight. And just so you know, Kevin, my niece is a legacy. She is a Zeta Phi Beta. Just had to let you know.
Yes. The dove. Put that dove up. Put it up.
I'm gonna have to get Alex to play at Phi Beta Sigma when he go to I-State. I'm gonna have to be in his ear all the time, influence.
Got to.
Yeah, so go ahead, Jania. What do you think about what's going on?
Man, I don't even know where to start with what's going on. It's just, first of all, it's heartbreaking and ridiculous, especially being an African American in America. I've dealt with prejudice for years and years, even in grade school. Like I was the only black female in the class, so dealing with black jokes and at a certain point when you're younger, it's funny, but then it gets to a point where you realize, oh, this is like much deeper. When you get older, you like, that was much deeper than I really thought it was.
Absolutely.
And it's just heartbreaking. It gets me heated because it's been literally over 400 years that we're dealing with this, and it's not right now. It's kind of changing, but we have a long way to go. And rest in heaven for George Floyd and everybody else who suffered at the hands of police brutality. I'm tired of it, honestly. I'm just tired of it.
Okay,
Alex. For me, I'm in a unique position where both I am like 100% Nigerian. I was born there, came here, and I was like 7. I'm 18 now, but like, so I experienced both like the immigration side and then being black in America, and it's like it's like difficult. I mean, at first growing up, it was like really you don't really notice things. You're just like, oh, because this kid. So like for me, 4th grade year, I was the only kid in the all Hispanic. I was the only black kid in the all Hispanic class. So like I heard everything get called to me, which was like difficult. And then like it makes it harder for you to try to connect with anybody outside of your race, just because you know that the power that they hold. Like anything they can say could be like turned. Because I remember I reported it and stuff like that, and then my white principal said, "Oh, it was just a joke." Like yeah, so it's like
you know, I know you guys can't tell, but I'm kind of an old guy, you know, with this over here. And first of all, let me say I'm sorry that you guys had to go through that. I really am. And the unfortunate thing is I'm 56, and when I was you guys' age, I was still going through the same thing. So imagine for me, it's 50 plus years of being asked if this rubs off. Can this wash off? Or, you know, I grew up in a place, I'm from California originally. I grew up in a place called Davis, California, which has the #1 agricultural school in the world, University of California, Davis. I started getting racially profiled by the police when I was 15 years old. I was walking my bike home, and police car pulled up, and where I lived, they treated bikes like cars. So they had little registration, you know, stickers, and he's trying to, you know, see if I had stolen the bicycle that I was walking home that had a flat tire. And he flashed a flashlight in my eyes and shined it around the bike. And when he realized that it was my bike, he just turned, no apology, it was late at night. He didn't offer me a ride home. So this has been going on for a long time. And I was telling Simeon as painful as it was to watch George Floyd, I've had encounters with the police over a dozen times in my lifetime. I've never sold drugs. I've never been a criminal. I've always been in upper middle class neighborhoods. My mother and father served in the Air Force. So to see it happen, what's unfortunate about it is that you guys still have to see this happen. The new generation that's coming up. But I'm proud of you guys for what I'm seeing in the streets now. I'm proud of what I'm seeing with millennials and young people understanding that this is more than just about one incident. It's about a mindset, and it's about a culture, and it's about a way of being. But I'm so proud of our millennials right now. I don't even have the words. I was moved. I was downtown Saturday. I went to the protest when it was at 2:00. So during the daytime was totally different than what they showed. They didn't show you when it was nice, it was positive, and we were all out there, and I was speaking with young people and taking pictures. They don't show you that. They showed you the looting. They showed you the negative aspects of it. But there's a very positive aspect to this that the media does not want us to see. Does not want to show you guys, you future leaders. They don't want to show you as leaders. They want to show you as rioters and protesters, and like you don't know what's going on. But the millennials that I met, the young people that I met, they had intelligence signs. They said one sign said we're dealing with 2 illnesses. We're dealing with COVID-19 and we're dealing with racism. I thought that was brilliant. Yeah. So I'm so proud of you guys, and I want to say thank you to you guys for picking up the fight. I've been dealing with this since I was 15. That's over 40 years. And I'm tired. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm tired. Someone asked me earlier today on the phone, I said, I said that if it comes down to me having to give my life, I'll do it because I've been dealing with this so long. I'm so tired. I don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying, Simeon?
Yeah, and the thing is, and the one thing that I want to say to you guys, and you guys know me, you know my heart, you know I'm sincere, you know that I do what I do because I love people, and I want to see, especially the young people, I want to see you guys get to the next level. And I've been dealing with racism for a long time, and whether it was me going to an all-white school for high school, then college, after being at an all-black school. When I was going on to the police force, I dealt with racism and being attacked by the police while I was in the academy. And then I don't know if I was in the academy 2 other times while I was on the job. Once when I was in uniform, and the other one where I just got off and I had on partial uniform. But it didn't matter that I had this uniform on. What mattered to them was my skin color. And my skin color is what drove them to treat me unjustly. And it was sad. And my cousin and I, Jamel, had this conversation last night. He said, I remember when they pulled us, because he was a teenager and he used to always hang with me, and he lived with me. They pulled us over, got us out the car. And I said, officer, why you pulled me over? And he didn't say anything. And he proceeded to try to jump on my back. And I wasn't going. I threw him off. Then the other one came and jumped on me. I threw him off me, and we're tussling. And he wanted to help, but I said, you stay right there and you watch this. You know, and I'm telling them the whole time, my ID is in my pocket. I said, my driver's license, my ID. I said, I'm in a police academy. I have my police ID, had everything. But they wasn't trying to hear none of that. And then when it was all over, they're going to say, your car fits the description. And then just let you go.
Right. What's crazy is that I've had over the last week or so, I've had conversations with a lot of my fellow African American men, and I would say I've had about I would say at any given time it's maybe 12, 15 of us. There's not one that does not have a story. I told you I was on before when you would text me to come on with you. Now I was on with Sam Cooke's granddaughter, Chantel Hampton, wonderful vocalist. She's a banker, and she has a story. A female, an African American female banker, has a story of being harassed at a traffic stop. This is just it's enough, man. It's enough. And I want to be clear about one thing. Looting and destroying our neighborhoods is not the answer. Stealing from each other is not the answer. All of that stuff, that's not going to do anything. What that does is that sets us back, because the neighborhoods that were already on the edge, with not having businesses and not having anchors and support. Well, we're doing damage to ourselves when we damage those neighborhoods, when we steal, when we do those things. So that is absolutely not the answer. I do not condone it. Yes, I condone revolution. Yes, I condone protest, but I do not condone theft. I do not condone assault on our own people. And I do not condone ruining our neighborhoods that are barely hanging on as it is. I do not condone that. And I want to be real clear about that. And if that's what you're doing, then Martin Luther King got shot in the head for nothing. Malcolm X took 23 rounds in the chest for nothing. Ida B. Wells died fighting for nothing. The Black Panthers died. Fred Hampton was murdered by the FBI for nothing. You're telling people when you damage your neighborhoods, when you attack your own, when you steal from your own, you're telling people that not only do you not care about yourself, but you don't care about the sacrifices that came before you. You don't care about the people who died. Then Martin Luther King died with almost no money, but all he did was fight for people. You're saying you don't care about that when you do that. I am not for that at all. I just want to be clear.
So let me ask you guys, as young people, what are your thoughts on protesting and rioting and looting? Because I think there's a difference, okay? But I just want to know, I want to hear your honest truth on what you guys think about the difference between protesting and rioting and looting.
For me, I don't agree with rioting.
You could go. Take the floor.
So With me, I don't agree with rioting and looting at all because, like, at the end of the day, it's a lot of Black individuals who work in those places that people have been rioting and looting, and that's their only way of income. It makes no sense to destroy and do that, and a lot of people are doing it for their own gain too, to get free stuff. I saw people looting Foot Locker and shoe places. Like, that's not gonna do anything for us. At the end of the day, that's stealing, and we're just going to be marked as people who steal at the end of the day. So I don't agree with that. Protesting, I agree with protesting because I feel like that's getting a point across. I've heard a lot of protesters speak in a way that I feel like Washington will hear our change, hopefully. And I just saw today they painted Black Lives Matter on the road on the way to the White House. So
They did. They did.
So I feel like protesting is a great way to get our point across, but not rioting and looting. I don't agree with that at all.
Yeah. And another thing I love too is that y'all millennials ain't quitting. Y'all are coming back the next day and the next day and the next day, and I'm just loving that, man. I'm loving that.
Hey, I think that the thing when you talk about protesting is very powerful. It's powerful, and even so, here we go. Okay, let me say this. I always have to choose my words wisely, but when you talk about protesting. I believe in protesting. I believe in marching. I took my daughter down to the protests, as people saw on my live, and because she believes in it, and like her and my son, they both believe in it. But then they have different. Here we go. And this is good. They have different, a little different belief, and that belief is this. One is like Martin Luther King, and one is like Malcolm X. And it's funny because my daughter is the one that's like Malcolm X by any means necessary, right? And then my son, on the other hand, will say, "Well, I don't think that we should be looting because it's making us look bad."
Right.
And I understand both of their plights. I agree with both of them to a certain extent, but then I get back to the and they say, hey, if you don't want us to riot and loot and protest, don't give us a reason to. Right?
Right.
What happens is you give people a reason to do it, and then you don't know what magnitude it's going to go to.
Right.
We all hope for peaceful protests.
Right.
But in the reality of it, you're going to have a lot of peaceful protests. But then on the flip side of that, you're going to have a lot of protesters that get a little bit outside of their body and do some other things.
Exactly.
And that it's called, it comes with the territory. We don't like it. I don't support it and condone rioting and looting, because at the end of the day, you are breaking the law, and you are on camera breaking the law. People are watching you break the law. So guess what? If they decide a week or two or even a month later to come knocking on your door because they saw you on Facebook and they got your name, guess what? They have every right within the law to lock you up for theft.
Because you broke the law.
What do you think, Alex?
My view is like, I agree with any means necessary.
Okay.
I feel like it's okay if it's outside of the Black neighborhoods, if it's non-Black businesses. Because think about it. Those stores have done nothing for the Black community. When you think about it, when you step into those stores, the first thing they do is just follow you around and think you're still into something.
That happened today, guys.
That's something
about that.
Like, I was bro, because I know you, Miss Anderson, because that would tick you off. So I was like, I'm surprised that you didn't react or like go off.
Look, hold on, Alex.
I'm surprised.
2 seconds. I was pissed off. The guy,
I know you were pissed off.
He was the Indian guy too. I'm in the store now. I got money. I'm in the store, and
we usually do. We usually do have money.
He made the lady working there uncomfortable with the way he treated me. I came in and I'm looking to see what I want. I wanted a snack or something because we're about to take an hour and a half drive back to Chicago or whatever. So I'm looking, right? And I'm looking. It's nothing here but candy. I'm not a crackhead. I'm not stealing sweets. right? But I'm looking, and so all of a sudden, the guy, I walk over here by myself. The guy, I see him watching me, and I say, you know what? I'm gonna ignore this dude because I don't want to go there, right? I'm out of my element. And I'll go over there. The guy comes over to me. Yeah, what can I help you find? I'm like, first of all, slow down, brother. I'm trying to get me some candy. I don't need help picking some damn M&M. This, you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying on shoes. Bro. So the man comes and follows me, man. I was so mad. But I took the opportunity to digress and contain my anger because I would have been looked at as the angry black guy in that situation. Because when he called the police, there wasn't gonna be a number of white people coming. So I cooled out, and Mark was like, he's like, man, I know you was pissed off. I'm so glad you, because normally, man, I would have said something.
I know you.
And I was just like, I did say one thing when I was leaving out. I walked out. I said, hey, man, I could pay your salary, and I just walked out.
But yeah, absolutely.
No, yeah.
I've actually had a security guard follow me around, and Simeon, you've seen me in person. You know, I'm 6'2", like 240, 250. Right. So I'm pretty big guy. So right away I attract attention. So I had a security guy follow me around. One day I just couldn't take it, and I knew he was security. I said, hey man, if you're gonna be a security guard and you're gonna watch me, at least make it so that I can't tell that you're a security. We just had a conversation. I just had to talk to this dude because I'm like, this driving me crazy. Like, I know you following me from, I go to one aisle, you there, and you looking, but you not really looking. You know, I know what this is. So yeah, just come on, man. I finally just had to, but you know, and I'm joking around, but most of my life, you know, because of my size, I represent the biggest threat to this culture that there is, and that's a big black man.
Yep.
The large black man is a threat. And literally, I don't think I've ever, in the times that I've been involved in a traffic stop or detained for questions, you know, because somehow I ain't that many 6'2" people to be running around for them to say you fit the description. I know every black man ain't 6'2", but ever since that happened, I don't think I've ever had less than 4 cops surround me all at once. So I could have been George Floyd at any given time in my life. Because at any given time in my life.
They're already scared, and then they look at you as a threat.
Right.
So, Alex, you're about to go to college. So you're going to I-State. So I encourage you to always be aware and always be smart. Because I guarantee you, kid, you're going to be put in situations that you don't like. Because as much as we have people learning and growing and moving away from racism, you have a lot of people that's not. You have a lot of people that still think. Look at people putting up those posts talking about the George Floyd challenge with their knee on someone's neck and stuff like that. How could you be that insensitive? But it's learned behavior.
It's this nation.
We have to break the generational curse. So let me ask you this, because we don't know when you're going to start yet, but what are some of the things that you foresee, Alex, that you think that you're not looking forward to when it comes to going off to college?
I mean, I already see it. So a couple of students that are already in ISU or going to ISU next year, like they've been like outed on Twitter about like being racist and saying like racial slurs, stuff like that. So ISU is trying to handle the situation. But my biggest thing is like having to confront somebody and then having to put my education or scholarships on the line.
Yeah.
For me, I'm a passionate person. If I see something, I'm not like on the call we had like 2 days ago. I'm not gonna sit back and let it slide. If you say something that's insensitive or ignorant, I'm gonna let you know about it.
Yeah.
That's my thing. It's like that's the biggest thing. It's like what my actions caused me to lose my scholarship or.
Well, I'll put it to you like this. Always know that I'm only a phone call away, and I'm only 2-hour drive away. So if you ever need to talk, I don't care what time it is, you can call me. And if you ever need me to come up there, I will hit the road. I'll bring brothers like Kevin, Janelle come with me, my son, somebody, even my wife, whoever. I'm telling you, but it takes a village. And I remember Like my niece went to a HBCU. I can tell you, and this is not an exaggeration. At one point, I think Jania and I talked on the phone every dang on day because of some of the stuff she was going through with her own people, not wanting to be there. And I told her, I said, "Baby girl, just hang in there. Before you know it, it's gonna be over." And guess what, Jania, it's over. And then you got the opportunity. I'm not gonna say where, but she has an opportunity that a lot of people her age don't have. A lot of people my age don't have, to go and work for a great company and do something big. And on top of that, she's an artist. She does music. She, very talented, musically inclined, and very smart. So now you take these things and you use them, and you have to pick and choose your battles, and then know how to maneuver and get ahead in this world by being smart and using your education and the people around you. And when you do that, that's when you'll have more success. And it's easy for us to get angry. And I just have to express this to you guys, because trust me, I've been angry a lot, but there's been a lot of times where I had to bite my tongue and just hold back, because I got to think about my future. I got to think about my family. I got to think about you guys, So I want you guys to understand that your anger is sometimes warranted, but your composure is necessary and needed.
Right. And then something too, along the lines of what are we seeing and what are we learning? Let's not discount the fact that as a people, and we all know this, we have work to do internally. This isn't just about the United States of America. This isn't just about the police, right? It is right now in this moment. But let's face the facts that we also have work to do internally. And the only reason I bring that up is the only way we can be a strong, unified army of people is if we ourselves within our own house are strong. And we're not strong within our own house. What you had to go through at school, those weren't white people. Those are your fellow African Americans. We need to get better. We need to get better about educating ourselves. We need to have more of a self-love attitude instead of a self-hate attitude that we've been taught by the society of which we are a part. We need to have that. Otherwise, we'll never. They taught us that, and they want us to maintain that so that they can keep us weakened. That weakens you. If we can get past that, if we can get stronger, that's another reason I don't condone looting our own neighborhoods. All that does is weaken our position. All that does is weaken that places our reliance back on a system that only wants to control us, and they can control us through that reliance and having to rely on them. People say to me all the time, Simeon, they talk about reparations. I don't want no goddamn reparations. I could care less. You ain't gonna never pay me enough. You'll never pay my ancestors enough. 20 people landed in Jamestown, but do you know how many started out? Over 200. That means most of them died in the passage on the way here. How do you pay for that? How do you pay for the genocide of 2 million Africans that didn't even make it over here to be slaves because they died on the passage over here, dumped overboard for food, for lack of food, fed to the sharks, died in the hole? You can't pay for that. You can't pay for my relatives being maimed or my relatives being raped and abused. You can't, and hanged. There's no dollar amount that you can attach to that. The government doesn't have enough money right now in the bank to pay for what was done to African Americans and to my people. So I don't want no reparations. I just want for us to have the opportunity to grow and create our own and be people and be human beings. That's all I want.
Yep.
I'll do it myself. I'll do. Just don't get in my way. Just don't hold me back.
Dang, man, when it's good, it's good. It's been an hour. Good Lord. So
man, I can't tell.
But so Alex and Jania, I want to encourage you guys, and I want you guys to encourage the young people, and whether it's in your family or it's your classmates or anybody you're attached to. I want you guys to encourage them to understand and get knowledge about what's going on, because that's the only way we're going to change it, is for them to understand. And we have to, and Alex, you did this, and I was so proud of you. We have to stop letting people make excuses. And my point is this: when we say Black Lives Matter, that's a movement. Let it be our movement. Don't say, well, all lives matter, or well, what about them over here? Or what? No, stop it. Look at what's going on. Look at why it's being said, and let's do something to make it better. Alex,
yes.
Yeah, you guys finish with your last point, and then we're gonna get out of here.
Go ahead, Alex.
No, you go ahead. I'm trying to think right now.
What?
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Like he said, let's not let it be about all lives matter, because that right now that is not the case. That all lives had not been put through as much stress, heartache, headache, murders as we've been put through. I just had to talk to one of my friends who's not Black about his post, because I know you support Black Lives Matter. You've grown up with minorities and Blacks all around you, but you're posting as though you only support the police, which is not something that, I know you don't mean to come off that way, but you're coming off that way. We need more supporting Black Lives Matter. Like, I know every cop isn't bad already. I already know that. Okay.
Exactly. Yes.
I don't need to see that. Right now, cops
yes
being murdered on the regular. So
preach, sister, preach.
That's my point that I really got to get across to everybody who is not Black. Please watch what you post. If you do support us, please watch what you post, because your Black friends are definitely looking at that.
Yeah. And if you're going to be an ally, be an ally. And let me say this, and I have to speak on this really quick, Alex, before you say your piece.
Yeah.
All police officers aren't bad. Okay? I have family members that are police officers. I was a police officer. I still have friends that are police officers. So I know we're mad. I know what's going on. But let's still understand and know that people are being put in a bad situation because of relationship. And when I say that, or affiliation, because I'm affiliated with this job, then I'm being put in the same boat as everybody doing bad things. And we can't always do that. I know it's hard. I know it's a lot going on, but we have to take that in consideration, because I worry about my uncle, my aunt, and other people I know on the job all the time. And I don't want them to get hurt. Just like I don't want the police to hurt anybody. And I just want everybody to understand and know what this really is about. It's not about hurting people. It's about stopping the hurt. It's about stopping the violence and the killing. That's what this is about. And we have to figure out a way to band together and make the people with the power, the people with the money have the power. We have to get them to understand that we need a change, and it has to happen. Okay, go ahead, Alex.
I just want people to know that it's just not for right now thing. That this has been happening, like Rodney King, that was like over 35 years ago. You watch that man on videotape getting beaten, and then the police not being acquitted, and then you see, I don't understand how people can investigate something that's so like clear. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's just I want people to just like realize that this is just not a for now thing. This has been an always thing. Because I feel like I see it already. People on Twitter, like, there's like they're going back to their normal lives, but they don't realize that at the end of the day, Black people, like, this is our reality.
Right. And it's and you have to understand this. I give you a prime example. On Sunday, which was the day after out at the riots and the protests downtown, on Sunday, I went down because I went down to see the aftermath, right? So my wife and I, we drove downtown. Man, let me tell you something. Alex, Jania, Kevin, people were down there jogging, walking down the street, drinking coffee, taking pictures as if it was a tourist attraction. Like, people were down there, business as usual. You know why? Because it doesn't affect them. It doesn't affect them. And hey, I'm not mad at the people. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at them. Right. I understand. That's not your problem. That's not
what they've been taught. It's not what they've been taught. It's not what they experience, and it's not what they've been taught.
But that's why we have to come together and we have to understand that if we just let it blow over and we don't continue the movement, we don't continue the conversation, we don't continue the education, we don't continue it, then that's what it becomes. Oh, it happened now. It comes a moment thing. It happened in this moment. Now it's over. Everybody's moving. No, man, that time is done. We have to keep the conversation going and get people to understand what this really is. So I thank you guys so much for tuning in.
Yeah, last thing, I felt the same way too, because I live up north, and it's like Evanston, Rogers Park. That's what you see. It's like people just jogging, sitting outside, having their brunch. It's like it's crazy. Like it's really because I go in like even in Westwood, you see like kids like playing outside. Like, it's just like for them, it's just like they don't have to live with that reality.
Yeah,
it's like okay, we post what we post, we support you, and then they just go back to their regular lives. Like nothing's happening.
They don't have the fear. Like I live in little.
No, that's what I was. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Like, how's your family doing after all that? Because it's like that's crazy. Because you weren't in town. That's like that's the scariest part. You weren't in town,
and that was the scary part because my wife and I had to go out of town to deal with some business for my daughter, and then my boys were still here. So I'm like, you guys can't go outside. You can't do nothing, you know. And then it's like Lil Beirut. All you hear is sirens, gunshot, and then now you got to understand. Me as a black man, my fear is the fact that I have to go out into the streets, and I don't know if somebody's gonna run up on my car because I'm black. It's happened to me before, and I'm an older guy, but I don't look old, so that makes it even worse. So now you have and I appreciate people like you, Alex, who asked me if I'm okay. People have been texting me and sending me messages, and I appreciate that. But it's a lot to deal with, man, and I'm kind of tired of it. I'm kind of tired.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
It's draining. It's draining. Yeah. It's draining physically.
I don't want Alex and Jania and my wife and my kids and all the kids I've worked with over the past 30 years and people
to experience this.
Them to have to read on Facebook, local actor or teacher or motivational speaker Simeon Henderson was hurt during this and that, or I cancel all of that, and I'm going to just continue to walk by faith, and I'm gonna be smart. But I'm gonna tell you one thing, and I put this on everything I love. This summer, I'm getting out of the hood, bro. I'm gone. I'm sorry. I don't care. Yeah. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care who stay or whatever. I'm getting out of the hood because it's not safe for me. It's not safe for my family. And damn me, I'm worried about them.
Yep. Understood, brother. You won't have any objections from me. I guess the last thing to leave everyone with is what I started off with. We have to, in order to understand where we are, you have to learn and you have to do the research. I think I've done more reading since this COVID-19 crisis, more videos, done more learning, more educating myself. There are things I thought I knew, whether it's the 3/5 compromise where the concept is.
Oh, we lost Kevin. He got that Boost Mobile.
Well, I got Boost Mobile. What do you mean, man?
Oh, man. He came back. He came back.
They tried to get rid of me. They're not gonna get rid of me that easy.
Hey, Kim, you should have heard what Alex just said. He said that's that Boost Mobile.
Yep.
I did not say that.
This is actually AT&T, but actually AT&T's been really good during all this. No, but what I wanted to say was, for me, it's been about learning and educating myself and understanding the system that we're in. When you grow up where I grew up, they teach you to put your right hand over your heart and they teach you the Pledge of Allegiance. And they start programming you from there. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, for the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. They start teaching you early, but they never teach you about the history of it and where it comes from. And it's vital to understand that. So if I could say anything, man, read about the fact that Colin Kaepernick wouldn't stand for the Star Spangled Banner for a couple of reasons. That itself is a racist song written by a racist.
And then,
so we have to start,
did you hear
we need
to
start understanding that.
The one lady that told LeBron and KD to shut up.
Right.
But wait. She said she told him to shut up and dribble, right?
Yeah.
And stick to sports. But then Drew Brees comes out and says something insensitive, and she defends him. Oh, he has the right to speak. What? It's just, man, stuff like that, man. It's so blatant and out in the open. I'm just so tired of it, man.
I was telling somebody today, this system is over 400 years old. They are going to defend it to their death. I'm telling you guys right now, they are livid in Washington right now. They're trying to rush conservative judges into position right now. They are trying to fortify their position right now. When you see the Attorney General of the United States talking about police strategy, these people are trying to fortify their position. They are not going to go without a fight. They are not going to give this up. And the only way for us to combat them is at the one place that we have the power, and we still have the power to vote. We still have the power at the polls. We have to get these people out of office.
Man. All right. So this isn't over. So I'm letting you guys know this isn't over. You guys are always welcome to come on this platform and have these conversations, because believe it or not, guys, we have a lot of people popping in and out and watching and hearing, and it's good because they're getting bits of it and they're getting it, and people always go back and watch it. So we're going to keep going, and we're not going to stop, and we're not going to be silenced, okay? And we're going to speak our mind. We're going to be we're going to be educated about it, and we're going to let people understand what they need to know. But this is how it happens. And we have to take brothers like Kevin and myself and young people like Alex and Jania. We need your voices, and we need you guys to really stand up, because believe it or not, and I know you guys believe it, but you are the ones that's really going to benefit from the change, and you guys are going to be the ones that really affect change. And that's why I'm so glad that my kids are on point, and that my family understands and is on point, and that you guys are on point. So I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. And before you get out of here, I want you guys to see something funny, okay? I always got to leave with something funny. My wife laughs at me because when I do that laugh, she thinks it's a fake laugh, but it really isn't a fake laugh. It's just like I just do it. I don't know. You have to realize a fun fact that everybody don't know about me. When I was young, my front tooth was chipped, Kevin, Alex, and I would never smile. I used to smile like this. Look.
I mean, you're already ugly. So.
Exactly. So, hey, when I got my teeth fixed, I was like, hey, what's going on? But
that's funny.
So I thank everybody that's tuned in. Everybody, I appreciate you. Big shout out to Mad Paper, the Shy Hat. I appreciate you. My executive producer, Jamani Anamdi, Jose Perez. You guys for being guests today. I appreciate you. I want to show you guys something I think is pretty cool. It's just something fun that I did yesterday. And this was my way of venting and relaxing in the midst of all of this madness that's going on. Check this out, guys. Check out what I was doing. Oh, where is it at? Oh my God, it was there, but it went away. Oh.
Dang.
You know what?
Oh man.
I'm gonna show you guys anyway. Now, I'm showing you anyway. It went away. I don't know what happened, but I'm gonna show you guys anyway. I'm gonna do it the old school way. I'm gonna show you from here. You guys ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
Check out Simbo the Lumberjack. Okay, hold on. I gotta push. Hold on. This is Simbo.
At least you don't have your Android anymore.
I ain't got no Android. Here you go. Check it out.
Cutting down trees. Right. Oh, okay. Hey, there you go. Fast.
Oh.
Oh, you did that yesterday, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good way to calm down. Should have did the top. You should have chopped it with an axe.
My wife was teasing me, talking about that's a Charlie Brown Christmas tree.
Wow.
He's out there cutting down trees.
Cutting down trees, man.
I just cut down my first tree. Never did it before. Like I said, you can do anything you want to. Thanks,
Ebro.
I was out there kicking it with the Amish people.
That's funny.
Hey, Alex, this man cut down, I promise, this man must have cut down 100 trees. We were out there for like 5 hours. Man, this man was cutting down trees and didn't complain. He'd go get his little water, drink his water, go back to cut, put gas in the chainsaw, go back to cutting. I was like, hey, man, I can't do it, brother. But I have to say this. Mark is the first black man that I know that got his 40 acres. I'll leave you with that.
Okay.
He has 40 acres of land. And I've never met a black person with 40 acres. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna buy him a mule. No, but thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys for just joining me and tuning in. So you guys make sure have a great rest of your day. Have a great weekend. Be safe and always be symbolic. Simply your best, because being deeply rooted stimulates growth. I'll see you guys later. I love you guys. Thank you, everybody that tuned in. Peace.
Peace.